Can you elaborate on what additional authorities are required and what steps the NIH has taken to implement this recommendation?
So I think we have some good news there, which is that we've been able to implement all the recommendations from that audit. One of the things that we did was that we provided a guidance or a clarification guidance that indicated that all foreign recipients have to make available to their prime domestic recipients information that informs progress reports. So that would include laboratory notebooks, original electronic files, and they have to do this in a timely way, which would typically mean at least once a year, if not more often than that. We put that out in the Federal Register last June. We received comments. We responded to the comments, and we put out a final policy last fall, and that policy is now in the process of being implemented.
Okay, I just want to point out that whether it be the World Trade Organization, the World Health Organization, which China belongs to both and has manipulated brilliantly in the over 20 law cases which they lose, and then it gets better at cheating, the WHO, where we have serious questions about what happened with COVID and its development. Just another agreement with other foreign subsidiaries and recipients doesn't really go into accountability. Just because we have an agreement doesn't mean you don't cheat. And that goes into arms wars and everything else that we've seen the international community cheat at. So I don't want to just see rules and agreements. I want to see oversight and accountability, which is the bigger part and the harder part of what we do. And could you address that?
We completely agree, and as you may know, we've had a case in which a foreign subrecipient refused to provide information that our agency was requesting. That resulted in termination of their subaward, and even more than that, it led to debarment of that foreign institution for 10 years. So we do take accountability very seriously, completely agree with you.
Okay, I want to point out, too, that even in drug protection, amoxicillin, augmentin, and other drugs that we have produced overseas, specifically in the CCP, that we do a very poor job of holding them to the same standard we have our own people held to account. In other words, we investigate our hospitals, our drug makers, our manufacturing constantly, and yet the very things we rely on China for safety and production, we don't do. And when we do it, we give them an announcement, we give them warning, and we do it very infrequently. So accountability is something we need to do much better job of those foreign subrecipients than we do with our own people. And with that, I yield.